We've used functions and we've seen how to return a value from a function, but we can actually return more than one value from a function. So in this Go Bytes, we're going to have a look at returning multiple values from a function. And this is something that you'll see quite a lot in Go because of the way that Go uses error handling. You'll often return a value and then an error or nil. So let's have a look at an example and this will all start to make sense. The example I'm going to use here is I'm going to create a function which takes two integers and divides one by the other. And so this is going to return three values actually. It's going to return the quotient, it's going to return the remainder, and it's going to return a boolean to say whether it was possible to perform the division, because if you try and do a division by zero, then that won't work. So what we want here is we want to be able to pass in two integers. So we'll simply call it divide. And we'll have two integers a and b. Now, because they're going to both be the same type, I don't need to give a type for each one individually like so. I can do, but I don't need to. What I can do instead is you can use like a shorthand here, where if they're both of the same type, you just say a, comma b, and they're both going to be integers. So you only need to declare the type once. Okay, now we're going to return three values from here. The first one will be the quotient, that will be an integer. The second one will be the remainder, that will also be an integer. And the third one will be either true or false. Was this division possible? And so that will be a boolean. And so this is how you declare your return types when you are returning multiple values. You wrap it all in parentheses and you separate each type with a comma. Okay, let's work on the logic a little. Now, if b is 0, you can't divide by 0. So in that case, what we want to do is just return 0, 0, and false. So if b equals 0, then what we shall return here will be 0, 0, and the boolean false. And when we return here, when we return early, then the program goes no further, or this function goes no further. We've returned from here, so any code which comes after here, if this condition is met and it evaluates to true, will not be executed. But if this evaluates to false, then we simply continue. So let's move on to the next line. And so we said that the first value will be the quotient, so here we're going to return a divided by b. The second value will be the remainder, and so the way to get the remainder is to use modulus, and then we're saying that these values are divisible, so the third one will be the boolean true. Okay, and then what you can do is you can use these returned values to decide how your program should behave. So for example, if it returns false as the third value, then your program can do one thing. If it returns true, it can do another. So to get the three values, I'm going to say quotient, r will be the remainder, and OK. So you'll see this quite a lot for when you're returning Boolean values, you'll use a variable called OK. So that is the three values which are being returned from the divide function. And we'll divide 10 by 3. If OK is false, then we'll stop the program and we'll print out a message. So to check if OK is false, we simply use a negation. So here I'm going to say if exclamation, meaning not, if not OK, i.e. if OK is false, then we'll just print a line saying invalid division. And we'll also just do an empty return. So I'm not returning a value, I'm basically just saying, okay, halt execution here, go no further. And so you'll typically see this just return with no value being returned if you just want to stop what you're doing and go no further in a particular function. But if we do get past that line, let's just print out our values here. So we'll print out the quotient and the remainder. Okay, so what do you expect to see happen here? We're dividing 10 by 3, and so that is permitted. So OK should evaluate to true. The quotient should be 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times, and the remainder should be 1. So we shouldn't hit this part here, or sorry, we'll check this, we'll see that OK is actually true, in which case this does not get executed, and we come down to these lines here. So let's go and give that a go. Go run main.go, and so we see quotient 3, remainder 1. What if the division is invalid? So say we're trying to divide by 0, in which case this check here, where we're saying if b equals 0, this should evaluate to true, and so in that case we should return 0, 0 and false, which means that OK will be false, and therefore this will get printed, and then we'll return, so these lines will not be executed. Let's check if that is correct. OK, and so we print invalid division. OK, now let's have a challenge. So this again will involve writing a function like I've just done. So write a function called min-max that takes 2 integers and returns. So it's going to return 3 values. The first value it returns should be the smallest number. The second value it returns should be the larger number. And the third value should be a boolean OK. And the value is true when the numbers are different, so when the input numbers are different, and false when they are equal. Okay, so in main, like I did, call this function with any 2 numbers and print out the results. If OK is false, print a message to say that the numbers are equal. So I'm sure you can do this. Pause me now and give that a go. Okay, so we want a func called min-max, so just under divide, going to do a function called min-max. Going to take 2 integers, so I'll say a and b. They're both integers, so I only need to declare the type once, and it's going to return the smallest number, which will be an integer, the largest number, which will be an integer, and then a boolean to say whether or not the values were equal. So return true if the values are different and false if they are equal. Okay, so let's get that scenario out of the way first. So if A equals B, then let's just return A, B, and false. Because they're the same values, we'll just leave them in the same order. None is bigger than the other, but returning false to say that they are not different numbers, that they are the same. And then what we're going to do is we're going to check to see which is bigger, A or B. And so we want to return the smallest number first. So if A is less than B, and what we can do is just return the same as what we did for the previous one, except with a boolean of true. And then the third possible condition will be that B is smaller than A. So there, all we need to do is just say return B, A, and true. So B is the smallest number, A is the larger number, and the 2 numbers are different. Okay, so let's go and try this out. So we'll go with variable names of min, max, and OK. And we shall call min-max. Let's go with the numbers 4 and 9. And we want to print out a message if OK is false. So if, again, not OK, we'll just say that the numbers are equal, and therefore we're not going to print out a min or max. But if the numbers are different, let's just print them out in order of min and max. Let's go and run this. Go run main.go. Okay, min 4, max 9. What about if they were both the same? So if they're both 4, then we should see the numbers are equal, and then because we're then returning, we shouldn't actually hit these lines. Let's go and try that. The numbers are equal. Okay, how did you get on with that one? Hope you gave it a go. Well done if you gave it a go and got it right. It's important to sort of get this lesson out of the way on multiple returns because, like I said previously, it's something that you'll see a lot, especially with error handling in Go, because it has a quite specific way of handling errors. So Give the video a like, make sure you subscribed, and if you want details of where you can find the text version of the lesson, or if you want to join the mailing list so I can send you more of my Go stuff, then everything you need to know is down in the description.